Alien Romulus, the upcoming Alien film. Now, Fede Alvarez has gone on record and stated that this film does take into account Alien Covenant, and by proxy, it will take into account Prometheus. As such, this poses an interesting question in universe. Weyland-Yutani must have been aware that they were sending Hadley's Hope to their demise. So, is this a canon issue, or is there something deeper at play here? Let's dive into it and find out. Hit subscribe if you're new here and want to stay up to date on the world of pop culture, movie news, movie reviews, and some explained or explored videos such as this. Now, this question was posed to me by a YouTube subscriber, Dr. Sleep 8766, and they stated the following: canon problem. If Weyland-Yutani knew all about LV-426 and the Xenomorph, then why did they not go back after the Nostromo? Aliens makes it clear that Weyland-Yutani built Hadley's Hope there, having no idea the derelict was on the planet. It was not until Ripley returned that they would have realised the derelict was there. She gives them the coordinates. Did Weyland-Yutani just forget which planet they redirected the Nostromo to? Now, a fantastic question posed by a fantastic supporter of the channel. So let's break it down and let's discuss it. If Weyland-Yutani knew all about LV-426 and the Xenomorph, why did they not go back after the Nostromo? Alien Romulus establishes very clearly, as we can see in the teaser trailer, that the Romulus space station, or at least the Romulus module on board the Weyland-Yutani space station, has xenomorphs. So Weyland-Yutani, by proxy, is well aware of the xenomorph specimen at the very least. They had been potentially experimenting on it. A thought, a theory, perhaps. So, why did they not go back after the Nostromo? Alien Romulus is set in 2142, some 20 years after the events of Alien. This has very clearly established that Weyland-Yutani has been busy working, tinkering, experimenting on a xenomorph specimen, perhaps, on this Romulus module inside the space station. Now, it is established in Alien that the Weyland-Yutani Corporation is at the very least aware that there is something on LV-426. They send the party down, specimen retrieved at all costs, crew expendable. But what isn't established, at the very least until Aliens, is that Weyland-Yutani didn't know what actually happened to the Nostromo. They weren't aware whether they were successful, they weren't aware what had occurred to the crew. There is absolutely no knowledge of what had occurred in the events of Alien, in that timeline, until the events of Aliens. However, Romulus fills in the blanks at the very least, is that they become aware of a specimen, or a string of specimens at the very least. Who knows? We don't know how they're going to be getting the specimens in that movie. I do, but spoilers, I'm not going to reveal it. And so in Alien Romulus, they're busy. 20 years after Alien, they're busy. They already have what they want. They have, very clearly, what they went to LV-426 for. Now, we then have to take into account 30 years after the events of Alien Romulus. As per the question from Dr. Sleep, Aliens makes it clear that Weyland-Yutani built Hadley's Hope there. Right. Yes, you are completely true. That is right. But is this a break in canon? No. Because the Weyland-Yutani Corporation is already proven to be an incredibly nefarious, malignant cancer on board the stratospheric universe-spanning human species. Now, I would pose that this is not canon breaking, because it would very clearly appear that Weyland-Yutani as a corporation intended to send the colonists to Hadley's Hope. They intended them to interact with the specimen. Now, one would ask, well, why? I would say Alien Romulus fills in that blank. I don't know this, but a theory would be that the events of Alien Romulus leads no one alive. There is no specimen. No one's alive, there is no specimen. And as a result of that, Weyland-Yutani requires another. They are aware where the specimen comes from, and they want a lot more specimens. LV-426, they send a whole colony down there. Now, one would say that at the opening of Aliens, that Weyland-Yutani Corporation was not aware that there was aliens there. They denied it out and out. The Rock, as they called it. No indigenous life. Well, I would say this is easily solved by Weyland-Yutani again being quite nefarious, and actually this being on a need-to-know basis. It's pretty clear, actually, that Burke does know what this creature is. He's aware the weapons division has sent him there to capture one. Very, very clearly, in fact. So as a timeline, actually, this doesn't break canon in any way, shape or form. I would say that the alien events, they happen in a sort of a bubble. Weyland-Yutani is not aware of any of these things, at the very least the developments that occur on board the Nostromo until the events of Aliens. And they have retrieved, or they at the very least have something in the interim period. You know, they have their specimen, they have what they want at this point in time, because in Alien Romulus we see xenomorphs. We see them having it. It's on board a Weyland-Yutani space station. Now, because of the events of Alien Romulus, that actually leads into the events of Aliens. Now, Ripley is just a innocent bystander in that it wasn't necessarily intended her to ever interact with the alien ever again. But the colonists on Hadley's Hope, I would argue that Weyland-Yutani sent them there to their death. Now, I would say, filling in the blanks in that fashion, it actually adds a little bit more depth to the depravity and the lengths that Weyland-Yutani would go to in an effort to capture the xenomorph specimen. So there you go. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you've got any other questions or theories you'd like me to dive into, I'd be very, very happy to. I thoroughly enjoy making these types of videos. So give it a like and please do share it. Thanks guys. Cheers. Bye bye now.